It started with a quiet leak, a whisper inside one of the world's most powerful corporations. Internal Amazon papers laid out a plan to reshape labor itself. 75% of all operations automated by 2033. The numbers were staggering. Over 600,000 jobs avoided. Not fired. Avoided. That single word changed everything. Executives didn't want the headlines. They didn't want the protests or the outrage. They wanted control of cost, of growth, of the story. Between 2025 and 2027 alone, Amazon would skip hiring 160,000 people it would normally need. The plan was called flattening the hiring curve. In truth, it was flattening the human curve. Inside those leaked memos were careful instructions. Never use words like automation, layoff, or replacement. Use cobots. Use advanced technology. Frame machines as partners, not rivals. And while the language softened the blow, the motive was sharp and simple: profit. Each automated task saved 30 cents per product. 30 cents multiplied by billions became $12 billion in savings within 3 years. Efficiency wasn't just a goal, it was a religion. And in that religion, people became too expensive to worship. It began years earlier with the orange Kiva robots, tiny discs sliding across floors carrying shelves to workers. But that was only the first wave. Now came Proteus, the free-moving robot that glows green as it glides through humans. And Sparrow, the mechanical arm that can identify, pick, and pack millions of unique items faster than any person alive. Together, they built a system that doesn't need sleep, lunch breaks, or healthcare. The transformation reached beyond warehouses. Competitors like Walmart, Target, and FedEx started watching. Once Amazon perfects its low labor model, the rest must follow or die. The economist Darren Acemoglu calls it a turning point, the moment America's largest employer becomes its largest replacer. Yet the revolution stays invisible. No angry crowds, no headlines, just silent progress, one robot at a time. It happens through attrition, not chaos. One worker retires, another quits. A machine quietly takes the empty spot. In corporate reports, it looks clean. In reality, it's a slow erasure. A world where human labor is a variable to be optimized out of existence. By the time people realize what happened, the shift will already be permanent. An empire built by humans, perfected by machines, and designed to never need us again. Jose had worked in warehouses his whole life. Concrete floors, endless aisles, the weight of boxes cutting into his palms. When the robots arrived, he thought it was salvation. They lifted the heavy loads, rolled the shelves to his station, and made the work look easy. For a while it was. The pain faded, his back healed. The managers smiled and called it progress. But progress has a way of asking for more. Soon the pace doubled, then tripled. There was no supervisor yelling anymore, just screens counting every move. If he slowed down, the numbers flashed red. The machines set the rhythm, and humans just tried to keep up. The days blurred together, each shift faster, tighter, more mechanical. The work no longer hurt his back. It hurt his mind. He felt like a passenger in his own body. A study later confirmed what he already knew. Serious injuries dropped 40%, but repetitive motion injuries jumped 77%. Safety improved, but exhaustion deepened. The bruises disappeared. The burnout grew permanent. Amazon called it innovation. They said new jobs were being created: robotics technician, mechatronics apprentice, data analyst. 700 new job categories, they said. But those new roles required skills most warehouse workers never had time or money to learn. They were built for the next generation, not the one being replaced. Walmart took a different tone. Its CEO admitted that artificial intelligence will change every job on Earth. He said the company's goal was to help employees cross to the other side of that change. But even that promise rings hollow when the machines don't wait for anyone. Jose saw it firsthand. The robots around him, Proteus, Sparrow, Sequoia, moved with perfect rhythm. He couldn't tell if he was part of the system or just standing in its way. Every day he did less lifting and more scanning, staring at a screen that judged his speed. He wondered what would happen if he stopped for just 1 minute. Experts argue about the future. Some say automation will destroy 300 million jobs. Others claim it will create even more. But those are numbers on a chart. For people like Jose, the future isn't a statistic. It's a choice between retraining or vanishing, between learning code or losing income. He used to believe hard work was enough. Now he believes speed is all that matters. The hum of the conveyor belt drowns out everything else. Boxes glide by like seconds of his life, sealed and labeled by robots that never rest. When he looks around, he doesn't see coworkers. He sees a mechanical orchestra, each machine faster, stronger, more precise than any human could ever be. The perfect package moves toward the truck, but Jose doesn't feel pride anymore. He feels replaced. Progress promised him safety. Instead, it took his purpose. And as the machines grow smarter and cheaper, he wonders how long until even the people managing them are replaced too. The future looks efficient, but efficiency has a cost. The cost is invisible, paid in silence by the workers who made the future possible, and then watched it move on without them.